we're breaking free. Yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression, it's out for liberty, breaking free. Yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. They try to silence us, but we won't be tamed. Voices getting louder, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression, it's out for liberty, breaking free. Yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. They try to silence us, but we won't be tamed. Voices getting louder, can't keep us in chains. We got the power, we got the might. Together we can shine, together we can fight. Feel the rhythm in your feet, it's time to stand tall. Raise your voice and shout, we're breaking down the walls. We're breaking free, yeah, we're breaking free. No more oppression, it's out for liberty, breaking free. Yeah, we're taking a stand. Freedom's in our hearts, we're reclaiming our land. We're claiming our land, yeah.
I hate this show. Oh my goodness.
Chat, can you hear me now? Chat, can you hear me now? Awesome.
My fault.
Excellent. All right. So for the chat, everything I said was totally brilliant to this point, but I'm going to skip ahead to introducing our contestants. See, I've got people backing me up, chat. So they know. We are here with an awesome live audience here in North Carolina. Beautiful Lake Lure. We're here at the Libertarian Party of North Carolina. A badass group. We're really enjoying our time here. Thanks for having us. First up, returning champion, friend of mine. He's running for LNC chair. He's the LPNC communications director. He was a candidate for Charlotte Mayor in 2023 and 2025. You can follow him on X at ProsperCLT. And he put this whole shindig together and did an amazing job of it. How are you tonight, Rob?
Tell you what, I'm feeling awesome. I'm glad to be here. What's up, Lake Lure? What's up, LPNC? Hell yeah.
Muted.
And I did not come to lose tonight, so look out.
Or is he on the same? All right, he's on the same one. All right. It's a live show, people. Just, I'm sure I'm losing points in the chat. I don't even care at this point.
Mute the mic from the table. Unless you're answering.
For the room to hear
You
everybody.
just hit that button.
We might not even need those mics.
Yeah, I think we're
if
fine.
everybody can hear you. How do you mute it?
Hit the button.
Live stuff, guys. Live stuff. The chat's just blowing up. I'm sure I'm eating it in the chat right now. All right. Next up, first time on the show, Travis Groo. He is president of Better Ballot NC. That's betterballotnc.org. On X, you can follow him at Groo for NC, and it's the same on Facebook. How are you tonight, Travis?
I am doing wonderful, and thank you for having me on, and welcome everyone to Lake Lure. And I'm looking forward to a wonderful weekend with you all.
Awesome. And last but not least, also new to the show, Brad Hessel. He is a 2024 and current candidate for NC State 18. And you can find his website and donate money to him at electbradhessel.org. He's also the chairman of Wake County LP. He's also a Better Ballot NC volunteer. You can follow him on X at electbradhessel and the other socials you can see on the screen here. How are you tonight, Brad?
Can't complain. Marching along, singing a song. Can folks in the back hear us, by the way? You're good. Okay, so we don't need these mics. Great. I should also mention I'm running for NC State Senate, and Travis is a little modest, so I'll point out that he is also on the ballot in North Carolina this year. He is running for U.S. House in District 11.
Nice. All right. And all right. And
Brad.
behind the scenes, she's doing this remotely. She's the best in the business. My producer, Terry Batts, she handles the chat and the scoring. You can follow me on X at Smarter Game Show. You can follow her at BatsT76. You can get our swag at freedomsuperstore.com. You can follow us on YouTube and Rumble at Freedom Uncut. And our Friday shows are sponsored by Xano. And if you're tired of surveillance coins dressed up as Freedom Tech, Xano's the real deal. Open source, enterprise-grade privacy, scalable and secure, build, spend, and tokenize any asset without the peeping eyes. And if you're new to the space, visit intro.xano.org to learn how Xano gives you the power to own your own data, your money, and your asset, all in one simple, secure platform built for the real world. This is the true libertarian way to go. Privacy, 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 people. All right. And we will also be next month at the Texas convention, followed by the next weekend, Colorado, and then we will be ending our world tour in the National Convention in Grand Rapids, May 21st through 25th. Hopefully you guys in the audience are signing up to be delegates, and you'll see us there, and we can help shape the future of the party. And thank you to all of our subscribers. We've got 21 subscribers now supporting the show. We love you all. If you want to subscribe to us on X, you get exclusive content, and it's your backstage pass. And if you want to sponsor us, go to studio at freedomuncut.com. And let's jump into it here. All right. And I want to say once again, thank you to the Libertarian Party of North Carolina for having us here. We love you guys. I've got to meet a bunch of you online, and now I'm meeting you in person. Really appreciate y'all. This state is so awesome. The things that you're doing, how many people you're getting on the ballots. We really love your grassroots work. You guys do an amazing job. You guys are a guide to many other states that could learn from you. So
Hell yeah.
Appreciate you having us here. And if you're interested in the Libertarian Party of North Carolina, go to lpnc.org. Please share this out if you're on social media. They seem to not like us when we're anti-war and anti-police state and, anti-taxes. So I feel like they step on us sometimes. So any help you can give us to share this out, we appreciate it. And helping behind the scenes, the lovely Amity Dolby. She's annually 13, and my buddy Casey is helping from my slide is so accurate now. My buddy Casey helps out from Utah. He's at American versus Gov. He hosts the They Both Suck podcast, which I'm sure would resonate with y'all. So he's a good guy. And the You Are the Power fundraiser that we did a few weeks ago is still going on. The double matching still going on. Last I heard, we raised over $15,000 for You Are the Power through our little shenanigans through the game show. If you want to donate, go to youarethepower.net/donate. And I already did that. All right, so since Trump ruined peace prizes, we decided to take the peace prize back. So the grand prize that somebody will not receive tonight because it's a virtual fake thing is the Are You Smarter Than a Peace Prize? Also on the prize shelf, we have Mike Johnson's signature cologne, Swamp Ass, as well as an Ayn Rand Fountainhead teddy bear. We have the home edition of Are You Smarter Than a Politician if you want to annoy your friends and neighbors. We also have assorted libertarian bobbleheads, including the great Justin Amash and Thomas Sowell and Ron Paul. And we also have Neoconopoly, a new board game. If you want to teach your kids about global domination, how to go to other countries, steal their wealth, and take it for your own, this is the game for you. We just ended up spending a couple hours trying to get here through an airport. So we decided to offer a TSA training kit. It comes with the rubber gloves, plenty of snacks, an honorary community college degree, as well as a Groo practice growing replica. So you can practice that. We also have Who Needs a Piggy Bank when you have a central bank? So we have the Dollar Destroyer, so you can destroy your own money at home. And then we have this gift we can't give away. It's the Trump nativity set. You guys can't see it here live, but it's got Trump's face on every piece of the nativity set, and we can't get rid of it. We've had it since like November, so somebody's got to take it tonight. And of course, we have the Lego Killdozer, because nobody talks about the Killdozer more than me and Casey do. So, yeah. All right. Well, and this debacle is about to happen. I'm going to mention it one more time. You can donate to the midnight polar plunge that we're doing tomorrow night, which is maybe the dumbest idea that I've ever agreed to. So we're doing that tomorrow. You can donate to see us jump in a pool, which apparently is like 40 degrees at lpnc.org. And I think there's 7 of us jumping in. We're live streaming it, and I'm dreading every second of talking about it and thinking about it, so let's move on. All right, so the rules are, I'm not the host, I am the government. Whatever I say goes. Scoring errors count, life isn't fair, suck it up, buttercup, nobody cares. The rules are, they have one debate, one filibuster. They can veto an answer, tariff an answer, redistribute an answer like a Democrat would, and everybody starts off with negative 500 points because the government gets paid first. Here's how scoring works. The chat controls the score. So you in the chat can go into YouTube or X or Rumble and give or take up to 100 points from the contestant. You might have good reason, you might have no reason at all, you might have a beef, whatever you want to do. And because I am the government and I believe in crony capitalism, our subscribers can give or take up to 200 points because they pay me, so they matter more. Nuking a score. There was a lot of interest. Who was interested in nuking a score? We got Ryan and Cassie, and yeah, all right, we got some interest in nuking a score here. I heard Rob's name mentioned here. Yeah. Any former contestant can nuke a score, taking it down by 1,000 points. The twist is it has to be for a good reason, and a contestant, Rob, can only be nuked one time. Yes. No, it's got to be a political reason. It's got to be something like remember when you got Cassie? Remember when you got nuked for being a warmonger? That's a good reason. That's a good reason. Oh, I am now seeing whenever I say go, suck it up, undercut. Remember that part? There we go. All right. All right. Here we go. Lightning round. You're making fun of me, Cassie. All right. Oh wait, hold on. Let me jump into the chat and see. The chat's mad at me. Let's see. Jonathan Miller in the house. What's up, brother? Kilburn reposted. Thanks for the repost. Coco Slim, you here? All right.
He's supposed to be.
Darren's here. What's up, Darren? Used to be Staley 4NC Senate. All right. William Wells is here. Let's go. Begins waving T-shirt around head. Scientific Libertarian says I used to be level 37 Paladin. I don't know what that's all about. Marcus Matthews from the Black Powder Podcast
What's up,
wants
Marcus?
to nuke me for sound issues. Dude, you just can't hear. You just can't hear. Grumpy Gnome is here. He does the 3 Shots In podcast. Best show ever, no audio. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. 100 to Travis for invading everyone else's screen. Hashtag preemptive attack. 100 to Yates for the sunglasses. 200 to Rob, is that a clip-on? What's up, Dan? Minus 500 to Rob for wearing sunglasses indoors at night. Yeah, what do you think? You're Corey Hart or something?
Trying to be Marcus.
100 to Travis for the 70s cat pick. Yeah, that's an amazing profile pic. Minus 100 to Travis for not bringing his cat on the show. That's 100%. Welcome, Trekkie. 100 to Travis for keeping J.C. Penney's photo center open. That's nice of you. I hope it's a local business. Angela's here. What's up, Angela? Minus 100 to Brad for not wearing his classic white hat. General Rebs here. What's up? 100 to Brad for chatting up the candidates. Minus 100 to Brad for wearing a Yankees cap. I fully endorse that one. 100 to Brad for the first time. 100 to Brad for the cap bravery. Minus 100 to Travis for shaving his epic beard. Minus 50 to Brad for the bad impersonation of Grumpy Gnome. 100 to Brad for sitting closest to the thermostat. Hashtag dad vibes. 100 to Rob for actually wearing a suit. Minus 100 to Rob for not wearing a crooked hat. No, I'm against the crooked hat. This isn't like backyard baseball or whatever. Steven's here. What's up? 100 to Rob for being the first to say, "Oh shit, no one else is wearing a suit."
I've already said it.
100 to Rob for wearing a gray suit. Gray is manly. What's up, Miles? 200 to Brad for calling out fellow LP. What's up, Casey? 200 to Yates for chair. There we go. Gangster vibes, Yates. 100 points. Make sure Rob keeps his clothes on. Oh, God help us. I will sue for pain and suffering if he does it. I will second that. Can you second a lawsuit? I don't even know how that works. Williams here. What's up? Howdy, y'all. Liberty Shamrockers here, present but not accounted for. That's fair. We'll mark you in. 100 to Groo for the cooler color. 200 to Brad. 200 to Yates for trying to be mean. There we go. You lost points for being like, or no, you got points for being like Marcus. And Brent's here from the Aiming Up podcast. What's up, everybody? Excellent. All right, we're jumping into it now. Here we go. Lightning round. This is usually a yes/no answer, and they give a little brief response here. If they talk too long, hit them in the points. All right. Rob, to you, the category is eminent domain. Is taking private land for economic development just legalized theft?
Not only is it legalized theft, it is the most insidious form of legalized theft because it is the violence of the state behind it. There's no recourse. Burn it down.
Amen, brother. Yeah. All right. Travis, to you, the question is, should government ever be allowed to seize property for private projects?
No, never. Burn it all down, like Rob said. And it's the same thing as eminent domain, so they can't seize your property. No. And the answer is, should the government? It's already a no.
Yeah, so that's fair. That's fair. All right. Brad, to you, should property owners get absolute veto power over land seizures?
Well, they should get absolute veto power over their own land seizure. Yes, absolutely.
All right. Hang on. And all right, Rob, back to you. The category is Dylan rules states. Does centralized control lead to worse outcomes for communities?
I mean, you can't even develop a road in Charlotte without the permission of Raleigh, and everyone who's driven around North Carolina knows how bad that is. Dylan rules states, it's like, hey, let's take a terrible idea and make it even worse. Yes.
All right. Isn't that what they do though? Terrible ideas and make them worse.
It's the one thing the government does well.
I feel like that's on brand. Travis, to you. Do Dillon Rule states strip communities of real self-governance?
Yes, it does. And the reason is they're making decisions for the community rather than the community making the decisions for themselves to be self-governed.
All right. Brad, to you. Should voters push for home rule over state dominance?
Absolutely. Libertarians believe that the individual is the ultimate arbiter of how that person lives their lives. So generally speaking, we prefer decisions to be made locally to at the state level, and at the state level is preferable than at the federal level. So yes, the answer to your question is yes.
All right. Excellent. Rob, back to you. The category is waterway preservation and fishing rights. A first for the show. Do environmental rules go too far in restricting access to waterways?
Not only do environmental rules go way too far in restricting access to waterways, they're also counterproductive in damaging the environment. The person with the most interest in preserving the environment is the person who owns that property.
Amen. All right, Travis, to you. Should individuals have the right to fish freely on public waterways?
Yes, they should be able to fish, hunt, camp, wherever they want.
Add fish
And-
back to the lake.
They should not have to get a permit or a piece of paper to tell you that you're allowed to do that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Brad, to you. Is preserving nature being used as a tool for control?
Sure, the state uses everything they can to exert control. I do want to talk about the fishery thing, however, in the sense that there is a situation we have in North Carolina. We're the only state that allows a shrimp fishing technique using nets that is extremely deleterious to every other creature that lives in wherever it is that they're doing that fishing. So there are cases where it does make sense to have some kind of regulation. That might be one of them.
All right. Rob, to you. The category is body camera reform. Is selective release of footage a form of narrative control?
Hey, justice for sunshine, right? We had a case, like 5 years ago now, where the police tased a homeless veteran and his service dog. It's a long story. Go to lpnc.org. You can read about the whole thing. His dog ended up dying when he found out about that, when they took him out of jail. And mind you, he was being arrested for taking $1 from someone. He attempted to take his own life. But, the police said it was justified because he had the terrible crime of taking $1 from someone. Then, when WCNC and the person who was tased went to get the body camera footage, the police argued that they should not release it because it wouldn't allow a fair trial. So their argument was that the video of what happened would prevent a fair trial. If we're going to have body cameras and we're going to require police to wear them and we're going to pay for them, we need to release them. It is one of the most tyrannical things the police do.
Totally agree. Horrible story, but great answer. Travis, to you, the question is, do body cameras increase trust or just document abuse?
Well, about 95% of what police are doing is abuse. So it would be documenting their actions of abuse and trampling over your individual rights and freedoms.
Yep.
So,
The other 5% is donuts if you're keeping score at home. Brad, to you. Should the public have full access to all footage?
I think the public should have access to any footage of a situation that is in question as to what happened. As to every single thing that's recorded, I'm not sure that's necessary. But with respect to trust or abuse, I think clearly having body cameras on or as a requirement would have the effect of reducing the likelihood of abuse because they know that they can't get away with it.
All right. Rob, back to you. The category is constitutional carry. Should carrying a firearm ever require government approval?
It should not require government approval. It should not involve governmental knowledge. The right to defend yourself is the right to defend yourself, shall not be infringed.
Amen. Travis, to you. Yeah, that was a weak response from the audience there. Maybe they can't see you with the sunglasses on. I don't know if that's a thing. All right. Travis, to you. Do gun-free zones make people safer or more vulnerable?
More vulnerable and less able to protect yourself when something bad actually does happen.
I agree. All right, Brad, to you. Should states be allowed to restrict carry at all?
Generally speaking, no. I would say that if someone has been convicted of a violent crime using a firearm, that might be a case where there's some justice in putting some restrictions on that person's right to carry. But aside from that, I would say no.
What about after they serve their sentence?
If they've served their sentence, I think, I don't know. It would depend on the circumstances, I think. I'm not sure that I would absolutely say that everybody should get their gun back after they serve their sentence. Although generally speaking, it's an okay thing, because the older you get, the less likely you are to have testosterone and go out and hit somebody unreasonably.
Did you just come out against guns and testosterone? The same? I'm taking points for that one. All right. Rob, back to you. The category is casino development. Do casinos boost local economies or exploit communities?
So this is an awesome one for North Carolina, because if I want to make a casino, it will boost the local economy. When Phil Berger is taking payoffs so that he can build a casino, then it is definitely exploiting local communities. And I'm glad to see that piece of shit out of office.
All right.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. Rob just is a shrinking violet on the show. That's why we have him all the time. All right, Travis, to you. Is casino revenue just another form of state dependency?
Well, I think casino revenue is voluntary. I mean, they just built one in Danville, just north of the border, because North Carolina wouldn't allow it. And now you have to drive to Virginia, just over the border, if you want to play some slot machines. But meanwhile, you can sports bet all you want online. So I don't understand what the difference is in sports betting in person or sports betting on an app. To me, you should be able to do whatever you want to with your money.
All right.
Yeah.
We're not using mics, so if you can keep the side conversations or go outside, that would be helpful to us. We are live on the internet. All right. Where are we here? All right, Brad, you. Should local voters decide casino approvals directly?
Local governments or local communities should be making all the decisions that affect their community directly. Absolutely.
Love it. All right, you're back. We're friends again. All right. All right.
I kind of a comment also on the casino question, which is libertarians typically think that a good model for government would be service, getting paid for services. If the government does a service, that's reasonable for them to get some revenue. So the gambling thing is kind of a good example of that, as opposed to taxing people, for no good reason.
Yeah, lesser of two evils. All right, Rob, back to you. Oh, no, wait, enter scores in the chat. If you've not done so already, now is the time to enter your scores in the chat. And now is the time where we go find out what the chat thought so far. Elect Lucas Everett Jones is here. Welcome. 100 to Brad for no particular reason. Minus 100 to Rob for giving an unconstitutional answer. Alana Clark is here. Welcome. 100 to Rob. Twilight Sparkles here. 100 for not taking property. Always good. Minus 100 to Travis for agreeing with Rob. That's fair. 100 to Travis for saying it better. There we go. 100 to both Travis and Rob for the fires. 100 to Rob for saying everything that needs to be said first. Well, he goes first, technically. So, 100 to Brad for the perfect answer. 200 to Travis. Should the government? No. That's fair. Minus 100 from Brad. That's a fact, yep. Minus 100 from Brad for not saying burn it down like the others did. 100 to Rob for shitting on Charlotte dysfunction. 100 to Brad, nice hat. 100 to Travis for finding a girls' track and field uniform last minute.
That's offensive, man.
Scientific libertarian in our chat. He's been on the show many times. He ran for
What's up,
office in
Cy?
Iowa. He is a national treasure. He's absolutely the best. Minus 50 for Rob for saying Raleigh?
Raleigh.
Whatever you said. Raleigh. Right. Cassie's here.
If you guys didn't know. If you guys all couldn't hear that, Cassie's still here.
Coach Mike's here, welcome. 100 to Brad for mentioning the individual. 100 to Brad for full devolution. 100 to Rob for the Viagra water bottle. I mean, Niagara water bottle. He's got a lot. He's got a lot. 100 to Brad for being articulate. 200 anti-nuke points to Rob. 200 to Rob, no eminent domain. 100 to Brad, brilliant and articulate answer. We're not used to that on the show. 50 to Rob for getting applause. 100 to Travis. What's up, Steven? 100 to Travis. 100 to Brad for using big words. Yeah, we're not used to that either. 100 to Brad for common sense. I'm subscribed now, so if the government can make all my choices worth 200, that would be great. Government already takes what it wants, so it'd be cool if you gave me what I wanted for a change. I'd veto that. If you want to subscribe, that's cool. 50 to Brad. Minus 100 Brad for being moderate. Minus 100 to the guy who isn't Rob or Groo for thinking we need laws that go against NC shrimpers. That was Cassie. Cassie's laying it down. Cassie's here. If you guys didn't know, Cassie's here. 100 to Rob for sunshine. Amen to that. Minus 50 to Rob for using talking point slogans. Well, that's kind of what we do. 100 to Rob for fighting the sunshine. Fighting for sunshine. Minus 100 to Groo. Pink, really? No, we love the pink. It's legit. 100 to Rob for being closest to the dinner party by painter Henry Sargent. Hashtag classic. What the fuck is he talking about? Is that what's behind me? I don't even know. I don't even know what we're talking about. 200 to Rob for hating bad cops. Minus 100 to Rob for hoarding all the waters. Yeah, there's no water. This area was devastated. It's bouncing back very nicely, but Rob has all the water, and that might be the problem they're facing next. 100 to Rob. 100 to Rob. Yes, we must release body cam videos. That LP mustache cock is chiming in. Minus 200. Are you here? Are you here? Nice. All right. Minus 200 to Rob for not calling the state fake and gay. That's fair. Minus 100 to Groo for thinking all cops are bad. No, he said 95%. You gotta maybe take notes, Cassie, or something. You only said 95%. I'd take the over. I would take the over. Minus 50 to Brad for hedging.
And I never said the cops are bad. I said what they're doing is bad.
I had your back. I had your back. 100 to Rob for the CC stance. Minus 100 to Rob for not being strong enough on gun rights. What? What? 100 to Rob since no one wants a camera on his body. Well, that's scientific. You have to read into that. 100 to Rob for the Second Amendment. How many freaking things do we start? All right, 200 to Rob. I like him. All right, that's good. That's from Marcus. 100 to Travis for the quick
I like
answer.
you too, Marcus.
Nobody likes Marcus. 100 to Rob, 2A shall not be infringed. Oh, he's got a great show. Black Powder Podcast is legit. 100 to Brad for nuance. 100 to Travis somehow saying more vulnerable with a hot pink shirt on makes it more believable. Minus points to Groo because he's got bad taste in barbecue. That might be true. 100 to Brad for being against testosterone. If we flood the market, it will lose all of its value. 200 to Rob, say it like it is. Minus 100 to Rob on casinos. That's not MC culture. That's Kathy. She's right over there. 100 to Travis for calling out gambling and hypocrisy. 100 to Rob. Yes, he said what he said. 100 to Brad. North Carolinians shouldn't be the ones who decide. Minus 100 Travis for being a Russian spy. The Adidas fit scientific again, scientific. 100 Brad for looking disappointed every time Free asks a question. I get that a lot. I get that a lot. Angela's here. What's up, Angela? 100 Brad, smarty pants. 100 Brad, great answers. Minus 100 to Cassie for being there and chatting. And I'm actually fired the unit party, but wanted y'all to watch me on YouTube, not Twitter. Minus 100 for the government for actually being the government. That's literally the whole show. If you're yeah. All right, let's see where that shenanigans landed us. Oh, lots of points going on. Rob in the lead, 1450. Brad just 100 behind, 1350. Travis not too far behind. Even though he's wearing a Miami soccer jersey or whatever. 1,100 points. All right, let's get back to it. All right. Rob, to you. Next category, zoning restrictions. Do zoning laws protect communities or block opportunity?
Zoning laws are, of all the stupid ideas the government has come up with, perhaps the stupidest. And look, there's a reasonable balance. If you were to say you can't build a sewage plant next door to a residential neighborhood, we can talk. But you can get fined or arrested for working out of your home if you don't do it in the right way, if you don't get your permission slip. Zoning laws are so ubiquitous and so abused in North Carolina, and they're the reason your houses are getting so expensive.
I agree. All right. Travis, to you. Should you be able to use your property however you want?
Absolutely, yes. However you want, whenever you want, so long as you don't infringe on your neighbor's property.
Is that Cassie disrupting us? I'll yell. I'm joking. All right. Brad, you. Do zoning rules drive up housing costs?
In Raleigh, where I am, we had a horrible problem with zoning where yuppie neighborhoods were basically dominating the political discourse and using them to build a moat around their community so that you couldn't build dense housing. And basically, it was hard to build dense housing anywhere in Raleigh. We've addressed a lot of that. I will say that some states, I mean, in almost in a way, this is maybe something we should take advantage of being a dual enroll state, in the sense that it could be possible to have a state solution to this, because it's really hard to get localities to address some of these zoning issues. In Oregon, for example, and in some other states, they've severely restricted the effects of single family housing and made it much more possible to build denser housing, which is, of course, reduces the price because the supply goes up.
Yeah, great answer. All right. Hey, you can be loud. You can do whatever you want. It's a game show. Have fun. All right. Rob, back to you. The category is energy monopolies. Are energy monopolies a result of government protection?
Everyone sees that Duke wants to raise our power bills. Yeah. There's the idea of a private industry providing us our energy in North Carolina is a joke. There's no competition. It's a branch of the government that pretends to be a private industry. And then they pay off the politicians. Go look and see who's paying all these PACs. 100%.
Yeah, I'm against Duke. Go Illini. All right. I got one laugh. It was Andy. All right. Travis, to you. Do utility regulations prevent real competition?
Yes, I do, because if a private company wants to offer the same services for less money or a cheaper price, they're not allowed to because of regulations, and they're not allowed to because Duke's already got, Duke or another company, Southern Power, they've already got a monopoly and they have ownership of those telephone wires and poles. So yeah, regulations do prevent cheaper prices in electricity and other utilities. Yes.
Totally agree. All right. Brad, does centralized energy control make us more vulnerable?
Yes, clearly it does. And speaking of centralized energy control, another deleterious effect of this whole monopoly situation is if I have a house and I want to build solar panels and take myself off the grid in North Carolina, I can't do that. The rules are that I have to link my house to the network, and if I have excess power, I'm allowed to sell it back to Duke at their whatever price they set. Yeah, it's very it's not a good situation strategically for us as well as for individuals. And public service announcement: Duke has come back from 10 points back to beat St. John's 80-75.
Let's go, Duke.
Go Illini. And bonus points for shouting out my firstborn son, Deleterious. All right, Rob, to you. Categories: healthcare. Certificate of need laws protect patients or block competition.
I told you that would be popular here.
That was weak. That was weak. Do you like certificate of need laws?
I got to retract something I said earlier of all the stupid ideas that the government has come up with, because certificate of needs laws really might take the cake. I mean, we all pay our medical bills here, right? Like, we know what it costs, and you got to drive 45 minutes away to find one thing, and then it's like, hey, I'm going to buy an x-ray machine. Like, nope, you got to get another permission slip. Certificate of need laws are diabolical because they're actually killing people.
Yeah, that's true. But it's only in rural areas and places like that. They don't care about those people.
They're non-essential.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Travis, to you. Should healthcare be centralized at the federal level?
Absolutely not. It should be as decentralized and spread out as possible. And getting rid of certificate of need laws is the beginning of that. And we actually live in a common law state in North Carolina, so there's 7 states that are common laws, and North Carolina is one of them. So it prevents a private practice from being able to get a machine and offer a procedure for a third of what the big hospital networks charge. So, yeah.
Excellent. All right, Brad, does expanding Medicare improve care or strain the system?
Expanding Medicare is a bad idea because Medicare is a bad idea. The basic problem that we have with our healthcare system is that the price of healthcare has been disconnected from there's no feedback loop. You don't know what the price is. In fact, even your doctor can prescribe something for you and doesn't have any idea what the actual cost is or what the cost of a procedure is. And hospital pricing is totally crazy. We need to get a system back to where the patient is actually knowledgeable about what the choices are and how much they cost, and then can make informed decisions. It would be much better if we're going to do government disbursing of money, just give the money to the individuals and have them spend it, in a way that makes sense for them.
Amen. Yeah, that whole healthcare category was kind of like, hold my beer, this is a worse idea, right? All right, Rob, back to you. If you can get off Facebook or whatever you're doing.
I'm watching the chat.
Category is agorism. Who's a fan of agorism here? Be loud. It sounds
No idea.
All right.
I've heard the word.
Category is agorism. Should people operate outside government systems whenever possible, Rob?
Let me turn this into a call to action. Operate outside government systems, parallel systems. You want to see the structure fall? We need to show people a better way. DeFi, different ways of financing. Make your own food, grow your own food, your own water supply, your own electricity supply. Break away from it and it will collapse because it relies on us to support it.
Amen, brother. Love that. All right, Travis, to you. Do underground markets increase freedom?
Absolutely, it does. And anything that's decentralized and gets away from the federal grip that it has on money and trade and the movement of people and the movement of goods and services. So yes, it makes it better. The underground trade is what we need. More of.
All right, Brad, is bypassing regulation justified?
Well, in 1775, the denizens of Boston made that decision with the Tea Party. So yeah, I think that's a pretty strong mode of thought in America, in the United States, and we've gotten away from it, of course, as the country's gotten older and government's gotten more ossified. But in general, that was a healthy impulse, and it resulted in really good things, and we should get back to that.
Excellent. All right, Rob, to you. We were talking about DeFi. This category is sponsored by my sponsor, Xano. We appreciate them. Go private, use Xano. The category is cryptocurrency. Does crypto protect against centralized control, Rob?
So first of all, let me plug again, Xano, go check them out. Awesome, awesome organization. And yes, with the exception of the worst crypto, which is the central bank digital currency, that's the hill we should die on, because that's where ultimate control will come from.
100%. My donation to You Are the Power went up 40% after I gave it to them. So I hope they didn't cash it out, because I donated in Xano, so nobody knows. Excellent. All right, Travis, to you. Should governments regulate cryptocurrency?
Well, they kind of already are. I mean, the USDC is controlled by the Federal Reserve, and we're quickly heading that way. But I think the only crypto coin is really Bitcoin. Is probably the only one that's truly decentralized. I do believe the Federal Reserve has their grubby hands on all the other ones.
I think Bitcoin might be compromised at this point. I think we go private on those. Brad, you. Is crypto a threat to financial systems?
Hopefully.
All right, that's a mic drop moment. That's where we're at. Excellent, I love it. All right, Rob, back to you. The category is decentralized finance, or DeFi. Should DeFi operate without government oversight?
Everything should operate without government oversight. But not only should it operate without government oversight, we should be actively pursuing ways to secure and utilize financial channels that avoid government oversight completely.
All right. Travis, back to you. Does DeFi democratize finance?
What?
You can lend to who you want to lend to. You can invest where you want to invest. It's more power to the people type stuff.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I definitely feel that it democratizes it. But really, either you're a free market capitalist or you're not. Either you believe in the free market or you don't. And so I do believe in the free market.
Yeah. Great answer. I talked about a lot of stuff nobody's talking about, so I appreciate you, brother. All right, Brad, to you. Should regulators stay out of decentralized systems?
Yes, absolutely. We have so much. When the government first started in the United States, the objective were like they had three things they were supposed to do: protect the common, provide for common defense, protect individual rights, and keep a stable currency so we could transact business. And they did those things pretty well for a while, but we've piled so much extra stuff on top of the government that now they basically don't do anything well. And of course, the other problem with that is that when you have government controlling all these things, it creates a irresistible honeypot for the or one-stop shop really for the corporate interests to come in and try to control how it comes out in their favor. So it's a doubly bad thing.
Totally agree. All right. Enter your scores in the chat if you have not done so already. The chat is hopping. I think people here live are in the chat. It's awesome. People are yelling at us. It's amazing. I thrive from this. All right. 100 to Travis for pity points. That was you're in third. 200 to Rob for abolishing zoning laws. Here's Cassie again. -100. Rob wants NC farmland to disappear. Is that true?
No.
200 to Rob. Zoning laws are ridiculous. That's my buddy Jake Day. He does the If By Whiskey podcast. Check that out. 100 to Rob for using the word ubiquitous. Ubiquitous? Yeah, there we go. It's been a long day. Did I say the thing about the TSA yesterday? It's been a long time getting here. All right. -200 to Rob for not supporting my secession plank. I'm in favor of secession. I'm in there. 100 to Rob just because. 100 to Rob for price gouging all the water bottles. #free markets. 100 to Travis for not infringing on my property. 50 to Travis for agreement. 100 to Travis. Pretty in Pink was my wife's favorite movie too. -100 to Brad for removing local control. 100 to Brad for saying yuppie, which was a pretty big insult in 1842. 200 to anybody that says fuck Duke.
Fuck, dude.
There we go. We got it. Are we talking about the basketball team or the energy?
I meant the energy company.
I'll drop it down. I'll see if
Energy company.
March Madness.
Go Illini. Go Illini.
I did win.
100 to Rob for shitting on Duke Energy. That's cool. 100 to Brad for being practical, not pragmatic. 100 to Rob for being suspicious of electricity. 100 to Travis for going with just the mustache. #save some ladies for the rest of us. Wait till you see the picture of us. It's gorgeous. It's a sight. 100 to Brad for saying deleterious. That's my son's name, by the way. 100 to Brad for mentioning the ban on solar. 100 to Brad for taking us off the grid. 100 to Travis because if you want to make libertarian pro-war, criticize his barbecue. What's up, Carl? 200 to Rob, abolish certificate of need laws. GSA General Reps here. 100 to Brad for sports reference. That's you?
That's me.
That's you. Excellent. Our buddy Ryan. 100 to Brad for looking for, like a myth buster. Here's the Cassie Slack. Here's the Cassie Slack. -100 to Groo is beef is barbecue. There we go. 100 Brad, Mr. Thesaurus. Hey, help us out here, guys. 100 to Rob for bashing Con. 200 Travis, decentralized healthcare. 100 Travis, you had made decentralized. 100 to Brad, updating the score. 200 to Brad, Medicare is a bad idea. Terrible idea. Decentralized healthcare in North Carolina. 100 to Travis. 100 to Brad, Smarty Pants.
Second one of those?
Decentralized healthcare. 100 to Rob, certificate of need laws are dumber than an ICE agent. #GED PD. 100 to Brad, you can do a game show on his gambling app. 100 to Brad, Medicare is a scam. House is just noises here. Welcome. My buddy Travis is here. You stuck up on me, late start. What's Travis's podcast name? Yeah, we don't know. But Travis has a great podcast.
Oh no, his new one. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a new podcast. It's awesome.
It is.
He's an Appalachian guy. Really cool guy. Check it out. Put it in the chat. It's been a long day. 200 Rob, operate outside of government systems. 100 Rob, DeFi parallel systems, break away, and corrupt systems will collapse. Amen, William. Chris is here. What's up, Chris? My buddy Chris and Chris Townsend in Texas. Great guy. 100 Brad supporting secession. 100 Brad for invoking the Tea Party. Points to Rob for agorism. Points to Rob because. 100 to Brad for remembering 1775. He doesn't look that old. -100 to Rob for being corporate chill. Oh boy. 200 to Rob for wearing sunglasses at night. 100 to Rob for opposing CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. 100 to Brad for bringing Tea Party receipts. 100 to Groo for being a BTC maxi and avoiding shit coins. We're going to argue somewhere. We're going to find you. 100 to Brad for keeping it short. $100 to Brad. That's nice of you, Cassie. $100 to Brad for the mic drop. You should collect that later. Brad, 100 for short answers. Getting late, believe in free markets. Points to Travis. Points to Brad for having both the longest and shortest answer. It might have been at the same time. Multimodal's here. Welcome. Liz is here. What's up? Points to Rob for no government oversight. Points to Rob. Everything should operate without government oversight. Another $100 to Groo for supporting a free market. Cassie's throwing out cash here. The host is here too, by the way. Minus 100 to Brad for the verbose answer. That's from Steven. Points to Brad for corporate interest or something like that. I wasn't paying attention. Points to Rob. Go Duke. Oh, no, that's not a thing. That's Mandarizing. Welcome. Mandy.
What's up, Mandy?
Welcome. Points to Brad for the automatic. Yes, government should not. House is just noise. Points to Brad. I love hearing to talk. Points to Rob for looking like backstage security. That's fair. Speaking of barbecue, minus 100 to anyone who hasn't had Kentucky mutton. I don't even know what that is. Gonna have to call her Cashy. Yeah, that's fair. Keep on making it rain, Cashy. All right, let's see where we're at here. All right, we are at the scoring. Brad in the lead. 44-50. Rob goes to second. Lots of negative points, Rob. I don't know, 41-50 to Rob, and then Travis just behind 39-50. All right, let's jump back into it. Rob, to you. Oh, this is sponsored by our friend Avins O'Brien at Zoom Beyond Shrooms. That's zoomtrip.com, xumtrip.com. I may have tried some of her wares and they were excellent, or I may have lost them in a boating accident in Florida. You be the judge. But yeah, check out zoomtrip.com. The category, Rob, is drug legalization. Should all drugs be legal?
Not only should all drugs be legal, the state should have absolutely no say whatsoever what you put into your own body.
Love it. All right. The crowd's getting rowdy here. Settle down. This is not supposed to be fun. All right. Travis, to you. Does prohibition create more harm than use itself?
Well, history shows prohibition didn't work with moonshine and alcohol, and it's just absolutely doesn't work with everything else, drugs. I truly believe in my body, my choice. So if you say you believe that, then you don't have to agree with somebody's lifestyle and what they're doing, but you also can't tell them how to manage their own life and their own body. So just because you don't want it illegal doesn't mean you agree with it. But that's okay.
Yeah. Amen. All right, Brad, you. Does legalization reduce crime?
Well, by definition, if you have something illegal that shouldn't be illegal, and then you take away that stupid law, then yes, there's going to be less crime. But I think it's the other way around. That is to say that if you prohibit people from behaving the way they want to behave, you're going to create crime, which isn't really crime. Most of those crimes there's no victim. So calling it a crime is really propaganda. But generally speaking, the drug law has been horrible, not just for us, but for all our neighbors. We've created this black market that's so much money involved that it's built these cartels, these drug cartels, violent drug cartels that have ruined governments to our south. And as a consequence, that's caused a lot of the people who want to come to the north. We've kind of created this immigrant surge that a lot of folks don't like. Well, it's mostly our own fault. Not only that, but we owe those folks for having screwed up their own countries. But yeah, we should end the drug war. It's just completely horrible for everybody.
Great answer. Absolutely. All right, Rob, back to you. The category is the war with Iran. Is intervention abroad worth the cost at home?
Intervention abroad is what drives the cost at home. There would be no war with Iran. There'd be no mess in the Middle East. Mesopotamia, to quote the brilliant Jon Stewart from back in the day when he was awesome with the war. We caused all this. Like what did Dave Smith said? You want to know who our next enemy is? See who our alliance is with right now. Intervention abroad. Look, seriously, there's a world where if there was a real imminent threat, and we did something first, maybe we could talk about it, but I have yet to see that world. We're causing these problems.
I agree. All right, Travis, to you. Should Congress have to approve any military action?
Well, if we have to have a government, then yes, they should. It should not be left up to one person, aka the president, commander-in-chief, or whatever. It should not be left up to one person. It should be done in a constitutional manner, which it's not being done in a constitutional manner. So, yeah.
I agree. All right, Brad, back to you. Do voters have enough say in war decisions?
Well, the way we're structured, of course, voters have no say in war decisions. It's decisions that are made in theory by the legislature, although recently it's been the executive branch. But it's not just that it's costly and hurts us financially. It's just wrong. I mean, we meddle, and we haven't the right. One of my conversion experiences, the thing that got me into libertarianism, was watching in 2007 the Republican presidential debates, one of the first ones, and Ron Paul was trying to explain the concept of blowback to Rudy Giuliani, who just totally didn't get it. The fact that, if you murder people and you take over their country and you put dictators in charge, maybe you're going to get them pissed off at you, and maybe they're going to take it out on you in some way. It's bad for everybody, and we should stop doing it.
I agree. I feel like you don't think we voted for the peace president. All right, Rob, back to you. Category is ICE operations in sovereign cities. Are sanctuary policies protecting or harming communities?
Sanctuary policies are brilliant, and this isn't just immigration. Any sheriff that's out there giving 2A sanctuary for restrictive gun laws, I support. Any community that's out there giving sanctuary policies against jackboot Gestapo coming in and kicking down people's doors, I support. Any state that's giving sanctuary policies to collect your own rainwater, to use money, JP Cortez speaking, gold and silver as you want. Sanctuary policies are not sanctuary, it's just acknowledging the rights that we already have.
Yeah, JP Cortez was awesome earlier tonight. Great guy. Follow him on X. All right, Travis, to you. Should immigration enforcement be decentralized?
Immigration enforcement should be very hard to see because it shouldn't exist. Free people should be able to travel freely whenever they want to, however they want to, and whenever they want to. And we should not allow government to tell us we have to buy a passport or ask permission to go to another country if we're doing so freely. Just like any other situation, if you initiate force against someone for any other reason, no matter where you're from, then you violated the non-aggression principle at that point only, but not traveling over some fake border that was created by government.
I agree. Somebody take Cassie's phone for this category. All right, Brad, to you. Do federal agents overstep in local jurisdictions?
Yes, clearly that is happening. But generally, I want to second what Travis said. Libertarians generally agree that people have the right to live where they want to live as long as they can afford to pay the rent. So the whole concept of somebody being an illegal immigrant doesn't make sense. Everyone in the United States essentially is an immigrant or descended from an immigrant. That even goes for the Native Americans who came across the Aleutian chain when it was from Asia, when it was not an island but an isthmus, I guess. We're all in the same boat. And drawing a distinction between one class of immigrants and another class of immigrants is totally arbitrary.
I agree. All right, Rob, back to you. The category is Board of Elections Uniparty Monopoly. Do election boards favor insiders over challengers?
So in 2017, the despicable Roy Cooper countersued and spent 17 million of our dollars to prevent unaffiliated voters, the largest voting bloc in North Carolina, from being on the Board of Elections. The Libertarian Party of North Carolina 2 years ago had to support 3 parties who filed all the ridiculous petition requirements to get on the ballot, but that would have hurt the Democrats, so they said, nope, we're not going to do it. And a little side note, I was one of the names that had signed a letter about it. As soon as they ended their meeting, my wife got a call from an investigator randomly, being very inquisitive about, to be fair, they're calling everyone on the petitions, not everyone, random selections. The Board of Elections and the uniparty control, it's the way they keep us off the ballot. It's the way they make sure we don't have a voice. They talk about, do you want open primaries? No, we don't want primaries. We just want to be able to vote for who we want. We don't want y'all to control it.
I agree. All right, Travis, to you. Is voter choice being artificially limited?
Absolutely. And I believe the way to fix that is to allow for ranked choice voting so that it gives third parties a chance to even compete. Because right now there is no chance, because unless you get 25,000 signatures and get them in on time, you don't even have ballot access. So if we allowed for more choices, if we're going to vote, we should be able to do it accurately and for the candidate that we choose, not for ones that they limit.
Excellent. Brad, should election boards be fully independent?
Well, yes. Just on what Rob said, in 2024, as another example, We the People, which was Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s party, that was one of the parties that the democratically controlled Board of Elections tried to keep off the ballot. And it was only when it was going to go to court, and it was clear that the Republican, by the way, controlled courts were going to rule in favor, that they relented and let that party on the ballot. And then RFK decided to become, to support Trump and drop out of the race effectively. And at that point, We the People wanted to take his name off the ballot because he wasn't a candidate anymore. And the democratically controlled Board of Elections, which had tried to keep him off in the first place, now refused to let him get off the ballot because they thought it would hurt Trump if he was still on the ballot. And the Republican-controlled court, which had ruled in favor of Kennedy in the first place, now overruled the Board of Elections and threw him off. So it's clear that that partisan control of the Board of Elections. By the way, in North Carolina, it is literally against the law to nominate an independent voter to the state Board of Elections. The law says it has to be 3 people from one of the 2 largest parties and 2 people from the other of the 2 largest parties. So it's actually, written into our law. And with respect to what Travis said, it's totally unfair. I'm a libertarian. I want to file for office, $139, and I'm on the ballot. Same with a Republican or Democrat. But if I'm an independent, I want to run for state Senate. They won't take my check unless I bring a petition with hundreds or maybe thousands, depends on the office of signatures. This is not a restriction on Democrats, Republicans, Green Party, or Libertarians. Why do we apply this to independents? Independents, by the way, are now the largest group in North Carolina. 40% of all voters are independent, more than Democrats and more than Republicans. Totally unfair.
Absolutely. All right, Rob, categories homeschooling. Should parents have full control over their child's education?
Without question, it is the responsibility of the parents to make sure their child becomes, and when I say education, this doesn't necessarily mean learning calculus because we're told that. We homeschool. My son is learning firearms. He's going to learn good finance. He's learning why the Federal Reserve is the root of all evil. I'm very proud of that one. The government getting involved is not education, it is indoctrination 100%.
Absolutely. Travis, to you. Do regulations on homeschooling go too far?
There should be no regulations on homeschooling, period.
All right, Brad, to you. Is public education failing families?
Public education is definitely failing some families. It's probably not so bad for some other families. Our particular experience with public education was actually pretty positive with our 3 kids. None of them are living at home, living off, us. They all have jobs and such. So that worked out pretty well. I think the key again is like with healthcare, it's getting back to a market economy where people have choices with respect to education. So if there are public dollars that are allocated to children for education, that money should go to the parents, and the parents decide how to spend it. Maybe they will enroll in a public school, the money will go to the public school, or maybe they'll go to a private school, or maybe they'll homeschool and spend the money on educational stuff themselves. That should be totally up to the parents.
Absolutely.
Can I add something?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to add that the Department of Education should be abolished.
Well, we got a pro wrestler's wife in charge of it. It's not going to get better. What are you talking about? That's crazy talk. All right, last 3 questions of the night. Make sure you're putting stuff in the chat. Make sure you reshare if you enjoy what we're doing. You want more people to see it. Rob, to you, the category is barbecue. Do regulators hurt small food businesses?
It is easier for Hunter Biden to sneak a large bag of cocaine into the White House than it is to open a food truck in North Carolina. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. All right, Travis, to you. In your view, what are the essential ingredients of authentic barbecue?
A grass-raised cow. You take the
You like that?
you take the best part of the meat, like the rear, and you smoke it for about 15 hours until it just falls apart, and then you get the hot barbecue sauce.
That's a pork butt.
That's in a
Are you putting vinegar on that?
no vinegar. It's not vinegar. No vinegar. So you get the Texas style barbecue sauce, and you put it in a ladle, and it's hot, and you just pour a little bit on top of the brisket, and you can put it on a sandwich. It just falls apart, or you can eat it as a brisket plate. That is the way to eat Texas brisket barbecue.
For those of you at home, Nancy's standing on top of a table right now.
So I'm going to can I debate that one?
No, we got 2 minutes left.
Oh.
All right, last question of the night. To you, Brad. Should food safety rules be relaxed for local vendors?
It is totally crazy that raw milk is unavailable. I can't get raw milk in North Carolina. Again, it's a market issue. I mean, the folks that provide this stuff should be able to sell it freely, and if we want to buy food directly from a farmer, we should be able to do it. There's no reason why.
All right. We have reached the end of the night. Enter your scores in the chat if you've not done so already. The chat is fire right now. Let's go fast. All right. Points to Rob, legalize everything. Minus to Rob for being sober. Yeah, that's a disadvantage. Minus to Brad for not utilizing drum skills at the appropriate time. I'd like to challenge Travis to a duel. There can only be one Travis. That's fair. Pity points to Rob for second place. Points to Travis for talking about moonshine. Points to Travis. Pity points for third. Points to Brad for taking away stupid laws. Points to Rob for biggest applause. Points to Brad for telling three how dumb is my question? My questions were brilliant. Minus to Brad for not realizing there are victims to drug abuse. Points to Travis. Oh, that was the Republic. That was Cassie again. Oh my God. Points to Travis for prohibition doesn't work. Points to Travis, my body, my choice with drugs and alcohol and rock and roll. Love it. Points to Rob on interventions. Points to Rob, we caused the problem abroad. Points to Brad, no victim, no crime. Drug war created cartels and market here. Points to Rob for being the least statist on the panel. Points to Rob pointing out we caused the problems. Points to Rob for not being a war hawk or having $100. Points to Brad for acknowledging voters have no say. Points to Rob, intervention abroad brings problems to us here. Points to Travis for looking like a young Jack Nicholson. Points to Brad for sharing his Ron Paul conversion experience. Blowback is a bitch. Points to Brad for discussing blowback. Points to Brad for looking the most like Ron Paul. Points to Rob for his amazing convention button collection. Points to Travis, answer started correctly if we have to have a government. Points to Brad, Ron Paul for the win. Points to Rob, 2A sanctuary. Minus to Rob for supporting sanctuary cities. Minus to Rob for not believing in borders. We see you, Cassie. All right, points to Brad, Ron Paul was right. Points to Rob, agorism answer. Points to Rob for skipping the bell ringing when he said sanctuary this time. Minus to Groo for not acknowledging the majority of Americans support strong borders. We know who that was. Points to Travis for the shirt with the optical shoulder pads. Minus to Brad for thinking borders are imaginary. Amy wants to know tonight you, Cassie preemptively for her next appearance. We will allow that. We'll allow that. 10,000 points to Terry for being the point collector. Minus 10,000 from the tax collectors. Points to Rob for telling off those minimum wage pollsters who are clearly overpaid. Points to Rob for the haircut. He's got nice hair when he's not wearing the crooked hat. Points to Brad for independent voter boards. Points to Brad for showing how the Uniparty rigs the game. Points to Brad, he's the smartest person in my living room and I'm in my kitchen. Points to Brad, RFK Jr. gave the ballot hepatitis. Hashtag wash your hands after voting. Jungle or ranked choice points to Travis. Points to Rob for homeschooling. Points to Rob for being pro-parent and pro-school choice. Points to Travis, no regulations on homeschooling. Points to Groo, no homeschooling regulations. Points to Brad for the rigged system TED Talk. Points to Rob for taking the time to indoctrinate his own children. Points to Rob, he homeschools, no to government schools. Points to Travis, abolish the DOE. Points to Travis, points to Rob for cocaine food truck. Points to Travis, abolish. Points to Yates because of cocaine. Points to Rob, Hunter Biden is now considering opening a cocaine food truck. Minus to Travis, beef is brisket. Oh, here we go. Minus to Rob for making Hunter Biden sound like he's fun to party with.
He is fun to party
Points to
with.
Travis, no vinegar and barbecue. Points to Travis for being a smoke master. Deport Groo immediately. That's Cassie again.
Deport me.
Cassie's gonna fight us all in the parking lot after this.
Holy.
Very quickly after the show. Points to Brad for drinking raw milk. Points to raw milk.
I wish.
Points to Brad for being an OG libertarian. Points to Brad for supporting farmers. Minus to Rob for not punching Travis for the barbecue answer. Points to Rob for barbecue and hashtag agorism again. And points to Brad for calling out the nonsense behind raw milk.
Well done.
All right. Let's see where we ended up. We don't do drum rolls, so here we go. Brad, the winner tonight. 65. Just 100 in front of Rob, 64.50, and it was so close. Travis in third, but 6,100 points. Lots of points tonight. Appreciate y'all. Let's go. What do we have here? Travis was in third place. What did you think tonight, Travis?
I think I should have won.
Honestly,
I think
Cassie brought me down a couple points. Yeah.
Cassie brought some haters down here. Yeah, Cassie brought
We
some.
have some hanging chats.
Plug your campaign, plug what you're doing.
Oh, yes,
I am running for office.
You probably won't be able to vote for me, but if you can, then vote for me.
All right. And Travis is, I'm scrolling here. Travis is at Groo for NC on both X and Facebook. And he's the president of Better Ballot NC. And that's betterballotnc.org. And he's got the greatest profile pic of all time. I'm so jealous. Appreciate having you here, Travis. Man, he's a good guy. All right. Rare for Rob, but he's in second place tonight. What do you think, Rob?
I mean, if I got to lose to someone, Brad has been a Liberty warrior forever. He's been a mentor to me for the last 5 years. Thank you for everything you do. It is an honor to share this table with you and some weird guy in pink.
Plug your stuff, bud.
Prosper Charlotte, PROSPERCLT 2023 on Twitter. And hey, LPNC.org, North Carolina Convention, what's up?
All right.
Watch me debate tomorrow as I smoke the other candidates.
All right. And like Rob said, you can follow him on X, Prosper CLT 2023. He is a candidate for LNC chair. He's the LPNC communications director, and he ran awesome campaigns for Charlotte Mayor in 2023 and 2025. Appreciate you having us here, brother. Love you so much, man. You are awesome. And our big winner tonight, Brad Hessel. What'd you think, Brad? Winner.
I want to thank you all for your support. So I am running for North Carolina Senate in District 18 in Wake County and also Granville County. It's one of the only county, or the only district in Wake County that gets into another county. It's a slightly leaning red district, but of course there's a blue wave, and there is an incumbent Democrat who won by 126 votes in 2024. I had over 3,000 votes, so the Libertarian vote probably could have made the difference in that race. I'm hoping to repeat that this time around. My issues are healthcare, education, and the economy, more freedom in all those areas. And I'm also focusing on electoral reform. Fairness for independence is definitely one of my campaign main points. So electbradhessel.org is my website if you want to learn more.
Excellent. And you can follow Brad on X. He's elect Brad Hessel on X. We got his Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, all up. He is the 2024 current candidate for NC Senate 18. His website, throw him some cash, electbradhessel.org. Appreciate you, brother. Congratulations. And we want to do one more thing tonight. What do we want to do, Rob?
So we need Valerie and Kate.
What's going on here? Yeah.
Up here, come on.
You have to be where the camera can see you.
LPNC secretary here. Yeah, you can stand there. Over here. And my lovely wife who puts up with all my crap. 2 birthdays. Can we get a...
Oh, yeah. Let's sing happy birthday. Ready? Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Valerie. Happy birthday to you.
And Valerie, I've got the worst birthday surprise for you ever. You gotta come over here so you can only see it on my screen, but for your birthday. There we go. Me popping out of a cake.
And there's cake in the back.
Terrible.
We have some cake.
There's cake.
Everybody get some cake.
Here, first off, I want to say once again, thank you to all of you, Libertarian Party of North Carolina. We're having a blast. The live audience was fire. Give yourselves a hand. Appreciate you. And the chat was fire. We had chat live in house. We had chat all across the country. It was amazing. And we are off Tuesday. We're usually on Tuesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're off Tuesday. We're traveling back. We're taking a little side junket, and but we'll be back next Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you enjoyed this, join us again in the chat. We have a lot of fun. We try to teach people through entertainment, and would love to see you then. Thanks again to the chat. You guys are fire, and we will see you all then. Peace.